Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is Saturday and I'm about to go and train legs. I've been told that the gym's quite busy this morning, which isn't like our gym for a Saturday, but if I can, I'll film some stuff for you. I've had pretty much a week off because it's been half term, but that's helped because I had a back injury that was flaring, and having that rest has really helped. So let's go. So today was just some glutes trying to go light because my back, and then some cardio on the stairs. Steady. Daddy go first. No. I got sent these wraps from Higher Horizons. They are really good macros. They're like 6 grams of carb per wrap and I think like nearly 14 grams of protein. I had it with my cheat meal, which was like a fake Nando's. They're really good for the macros. I think they're vegan, so they're made of like wheat and pea. They're high fiber as well. I don't know where you can get them from, but follow them on Instagram. And then I had a sauna. This is my current book that I'm reading in the sauna. I tried to read it a few years ago and I did like it, but then I hit a boring patch and stopped. But it's been recommended and I am over halfway through now. And I am liking it. So recommend. And then I've got my Protein Works electrolytes for in the sauna. Code Foxy will give you money off. Yay, let's go. So love a Sunday gym session. It's literally dead in there. Today I did upper, so I started with some seated lat raises and then some Arnold press. I didn't take my tripod, so the views are a bit, Then I did the lat raise machine, and then it's always good to film because this is me on the shoulder machine, and as you can see, my arms are going way too low, which I didn't realise before. Then I did some lean-in lat raise. It was a lot of lat raises today, and finished with some standing lat raises as well. And then I did do a bit of posing. It is getting better. It just really does not come natural to me. I need to stop saying that because I am getting better. So there's me posing. I just thought I would show you my Nespresso haul. So my darling partner has treated me to a whole box full of Nespresso. I am so lucky. So I thought, we haven't had it for a while, so I thought I'd talk you through what flavours we got quickly, and some of them are new, so I'll tell you what I think about them. So maple pecan, I'm sure we had this last year, but I give maple pecan a strong 9 out of 10. It tastes like, them pastries, like maple pecan plats, I think they're called. Tastes like that, really nice, strong flavour, nice strong coffee flavour, highly recommend. Then I drink a lot of decaf coffee, and it was only last year, I think, that Nespresso started doing the flavoured ones. So this is vanilla decaf, again, 10 out of 10, it's one of my favourites. Then this you can only get at Christmas time. It is the peppermint pinwheel. I must say, over the years, I have kind of overdone it a bit. I would have given it like 1000 out of 10. I have overdone it a bit, so for me it's about an 8 out of 10, but the other half likes them. But if you've never tried it, definitely get some. They're 10 out of 10. People love it that much that in the summer, people are paying like £20-30 on eBay for a sleeve because it is limited edition for Christmas. Colombia is just plain. I wouldn't choose this one really, but when we have friends and stuff around and they don't want a weird flavoured coffee, then this is one of the new limited edition Nespressos for Christmas. It's sweet almond and hibiscus. It's nice, but I prefer the almond one that they did last year. I wouldn't buy it again. It's like perfectly nice and drinkable, but I wouldn't buy it again. And then just loads more decaf and peppermint. We have got tons of peppermint. So that is my Nespresso haul. But if you're looking for a cheaper alternative or you don't have the Virtuo machine, I did buy these the other day. And they're from a company called Little's. And I went for, this is just like instant coffee. I don't know why I went like that because there's nothing wrong with instant coffee. I'll drink any coffee. Strawberry Delight. It's a limited edition flavour. It's all right. You can definitely taste the strawberry. Like, what I like about Little's is you can taste the flavours, and they all taste different. So I absolutely love Beanie's coffee as well, which is slightly cheaper than Little's. But sometimes the Beanie's ones just kind of all taste the same or taste a bit more chemically. There's nothing wrong with them because I do actually buy them. I do really, really like Beanies, and I would be well chuffed if I had a Beanies advent calendar. But these ones, you can definitely taste the difference between the flavours. So this one, I'm not sure I'd recommend. It's all right. Like, it's perfectly drinkable. I will finish it. This one, though, is epic. glazed cinnamon. It is so good. This one is super nice if you like cinnamon. Really recommend this. And then I went for decaf, rich hazelnut. Again, I like the rich hazelnut in decaf and non-decaf. So that is my little Nespresso haul to keep me going. If you like peppermint coffee, come round and have one. Also, while I'm here, I was going to voice note you while I walk to physio, but it's super windy outside. So right now I am just about to go to my advanced physio appointment. So I've mentioned it a million times. Last year I had the world's worst back, and it wasn't muscular. It did not feel like any muscle pain I've ever had before. It felt like it was in the bone. It was like stiff. It was like joint pain at the bottom of my back. And I have a massive protruding bone sticking out the back. Of course, the GP wouldn't do an MRI. They sent me to like first stage physio, and that guy, the physio, I saw him loads. He was really nice and helpful, but he just couldn't help the problem. And roll on like say 9 months, it was getting no better. I was literally paying private to see physio, having sports massage, acupuncture, electroacupuncture, cupping, like you name it, I tried it. So chiropractor, nothing was making it better, and like rested from the gym, carried on with the gym, tried to strengthen my glutes and abs, like just nothing. And then summer holidays, I obviously had to take 6 weeks off the gym pretty much, apart from weekends. And I did see some improvement. And I'm not going to lie, it has improved dramatically since last year. But again, it was flaring up again last week. So it definitely hasn't gone. But part of me was like, like with me, I hate wasting people's time. And I always think, is there somebody that needs this appointment more than me? And I'm taking up this appointment from someone that might not be able to walk or something. But everything in my gut and heart is telling me I've waited a year for this appointment. And even though it has improved a bit, like the pain is still there. It still affects me day to day. Still affects me, like I can't run fast or walk fast, like run with my child. Can't bend down properly. Like every morning I wake up in agony from sleep. Affects my training in the gym, etc. I just put on a brave face and do what I can because you got to, right? So I was like, I've kept the appointment. I'm just about to go to it now, so I'll let you know what they say. Hopefully it's positive, because I feel like in these appointments, they either go really positive or they just don't listen to you and fob you off, don't they? So I'm about to go to that now. And then one more thing I'll tell you is I signed up to the posing portal, which if you're into bodybuilding, you will know of Phoebe Hagan. She's one of the UK's best bikini girls ever. She's competed at the Olympia. Her posing is just on point all the time. And she's run the posing portal, which is like a posing like lessons advice for years and years now. But she's just got a new app. I won't lie, I signed up on the 1st of October and the app has not really worked great for me. It was starting to really frustrate me. And in the end, I was just going to cancel because I just couldn't be doing with it not working. But the problem seemed to have fixed, and really I just really wanted so my coach, she does posing and everything for me as well, and I highly recommend my coach. I love her. She does an online session once a month with my team, and then she does one in real life, like face to face, once a month with the team. But as it's on weekends, I can't always make it because of childcare, etc. And you can obviously, I can pay my coach extra to see her, but she's based very far away from me. I have been seeing someone locally for posing as well, which I've had one session with, and she was brilliant. She rose my confidence, like made me feel like I can do it. But I thought, you know what, I'll sign up to the posing portal just so I can practice a bit more, because posing is what really lets me down. Again, I still don't know where I fit in the fit model category or the bikini category. So I was kind of hoping like Phoebe, like obviously I trust my coach 100%. I would never listen to somebody else. I feel like once you've got a coach, you have to listen to your coach. You don't be going to other people. But I was intrigued to show Phoebe my fit model and my bikini posing, and to see like if she thought I fitted more like to one or the other. At the moment, my coach is swaying more to fit model, but we're keeping an open mind because I'm not lean, we don't know. So I was interested to see what Phoebe would say. I'll put her feedback in a minute, but she basically said I suit both as well, and it's too early to tell, so practice both. So still don't really know, so we'll practice both. There was a show a few weeks ago in the UK, and the two bros, person that won the overall, she is stunning. She is so pretty. But she doesn't, I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, I doubt she'll ever watch it anyway. She doesn't have loads of muscle, if I'm honest. She just looks slim and very pretty. And it kind of made me think, would I fit in that category? Because I'm not saying I've got loads of muscle, like I'm not deluded, but obviously I have weightlifted now for many years. I've got a bit of muscle fullness and density and maturity, nothing like what pro bikini girls are nowadays. But I'm like, I feel like if they're rewarding the like much softer, slimmer look, I don't fit in that category. I don't know. But there was a show yesterday in Poland where a girl called Mel, I followed her for many years. I'm pretty sure I did my body pump like certificate with her as well. She's quite local to me. She has done bikini for many years and done really well, but she did fit model yesterday. So she has got muscle and she came first and her feedback was brilliant, basically just work on her presentation. So it gives me hope that in Europe they are rewarding like slightly more muscle than just like the softer look. So yeah, we'll just carry on, keep posing. I'm feeling very positive. I've got a in-person with Abby, the local girl, next week, I think. So yeah, better go to my physio appointment now.
See, I like your bikini front pose as well. Like you have the muscle mass there and fullness here and the size, if I'm honest. It just depends when you get closer to show, like what this looks like. So, but I think weirdly you fit both. You actually do fit both very, very well. So I do think that it's not a bad thing to keep practicing both.
So I've had my advanced physio appointment. The lady was absolutely lovely and so thorough and just really, really nice. She thinks, I completely agree with her. She thinks that I had a disc herniation and because I showed literally all the symptoms, all the signs, like everything that you would get with a herniated disc. But because obviously it's taken so long to see her and it's been like a year now, and there has been improvement. She thinks that my body has like healed it nearly. Well, it's in the process of healing it. So like obviously she doesn't think there's any point in having an MRI. She did an assessment on me and I do have scoliosis, which I knew anyway, and a thing called Bertolotti's because of like the way that my back is, and that can be causing the pain as well. But she thinks because it's getting better, it probably was the like herniated disc, the slip disc. She said also because of my age and coming into question like the perimenopause, that can also show signs of like show up in like lower back pain, etc, etc. Anyway, she did like an assessment on me and I have always known this. I have really weak glutes, as in like physically weak, not like aesthetically weak, even though they are aesthetically weak. Like I just do not have strong glutes. And I've had loads of assessments with people over the years. And basically when I do an exercise that's meant to be glute focused, one person I saw had this really cool machine and they put like electrodes on all my muscles. And so for instance, think of a RDL, like a Romanian deadlift. This is obviously a really good exercise to build your glutes. If you do it wrong, obviously your lower back is going to come into play. Also, if you're doing it wrong, your hamstrings will come into play. But an exercise like that should be working your glutes. But my problem is I've had about 1 million people, well, not 1 million, but I've had loads of people watch me do it and my form is perfect. But with these electric nodes on, what you can see is my lower back fires up and then my hamstrings fire up. And by the time I've nearly finished the exercise, my glutes are like just about fiery. I've tried everything before. Like I've tried shitloads of glute activation work to make sure that my glutes are activated before I do exercises. This also happens in hip thrust and kickbacks. It's just my hamstrings taking the whole load. No matter if I do like literally minimal weight and like high volume, or if I go heavy, like nothing makes a difference. Well, I say that lower weight, I can definitely feel it more in my glutes than anywhere else. But like I've tried everything over the years. I've done glute activation. I've done things like try and like pre-exhaust my hamstrings or pre-exhaust my quads if I'm feeling it in my quads, but it just doesn't seem to make a difference. I've tried things like, you know, like clams, but because my glutes are so weak, I don't get the range of motion, and it doesn't matter if I carry on doing it for years, it doesn't seem to get any better. Don't get me wrong, from a bodybuilding perspective, my glutes did improve from my first show to my second show. So it's not like I can't build muscle, and it's not like I literally have the worst glutes in the world on stage. But I don't see that progress that other people do with the work that I put in, which is quite soul destroying. But also, it's not even about, if we just take bodybuilding out of the equation, she said that my glutes are like one of the weakest she's ever seen. And obviously from like a mobility point of view, like I can't, if I'm lying face down, I can't even lift my legs off the bed because my glutes are so weak. And she said, obviously, as I'm aging and getting older, like obviously into old age, that's going to be like really not good. And this is why my back takes a lot of load and pain all the time. So it's all very well her saying that, but I said to her, what can I actually do then? Like, obviously, I agree with her. I know that my glutes are weak. I am willing to put the work in to, not even from a bodybuilding perspective, from a life perspective and pain perspective and growing old perspective, what exercises can I do that is going to help me? And she's at a loss because she had me doing clamps and stuff, and she sees my point of view that I've got no range of motion because my glutes are so weak. So she just said basically to carry on what I'm doing, but do it lighter weights basically. So, and like bands and stuff, and just see. She said, like, obviously my scoliosis and my Bertolotti's isn't bad enough for surgery, which I don't want surgery anyway, but it's just a bit like frustrating, isn't it? She gave me a little lecture on taking any assistance to do with bodybuilding. I was like, don't worry, I'm a natural athlete. She didn't seem to believe me, and told me like the importance of balance in life and not to become obsessive and stuff. She was a nice lady. So yeah, I guess I just need to work on my glutes and abs. She has referred me to the pelvic floor physio as well. I don't know why I'm such an oversharer. I've had a physio check after I had my son, and she said my pelvic floor was fine. But I have stress incontinence, so if I sneeze, then I wet myself. Too much information. She said this is also, it might not be from childbirth, because she's been reading a lot of studies lately that a lot of weightlifters get this. I guess because of the strain, I don't know. But I said, she was like, oh, have you got a referral to pelvic physio health? And I said, no, I'm not that bothered because it only happens when I sneeze. But she said, as I get older, I need to really be mindful of like my whole health. So she's referred me there. So I'm sure they'll be giving me lots of pelvic floor exercises, won't they? And that was that. So we carry on. I might end the vlog here because it's been a very chatty one, hasn't it? And then I'll start a new one. But thanks for listening. And yeah, I'm feeling a very positive mood about competing. I'm excited again.